Welcome back to the channel. I have my 3-servo eyeballs here, and one of the most requested things that I get, or one of the most asked for things, is can I make this eye mechanism right here with a inexpensive micro servo. This is a $2 micro servo that you can find online. There's a bunch of companies that sell them. They're about $2, like I said, so it's very inexpensive, and lots of folks like to make with these little guys right here and have them laying around. So my original 3-servo eye mechanism required the use of a wing servo and some, pretty specialized servos to make it work. And it was primarily because it was used for a specific project. So what I did is I went back and I remodeled everything and changed things up a little bit. I basically modeled it for this servo specifically. So 3 of the micro servos fit inside of the mechanism now. I also remodeled the connector from the servo to the eyelids so that no screws are needed. Basically, I'm going to include a full bill of materials for this so that basically anyone can make it. And I just have it here attached to to a rod here. And this can very simply, very easily go right into any project that you might have, any puppet or anything like that. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show how this whole thing goes together, and then I'll show you how it moves. First thing, print out all the parts. You will find everything on printables.com, and I have included a link in the description. Also in the description is the build of materials. You will need 3 micro servos, some 256 screws, a paper clip, a 1/16 diameter aluminum tube or rod, and printed irises. I am using a 25mm iris on this set of eyes, and that is the size used for the servo mechanism here. However, I made a couple more eyeballs that will fit this mechanism that will be a smaller diameter iris. So you can mix and match them. You can check out those prints or those files on Printables as well. The most important thing to sand here is the eyes and the inside of the eyelids. I vacuformed 2 lenses for the eyes and cut those out. In the files, I included a buck to make the lenses. So if you have a vacuformer, you can do that. You can also just heat up the plastic with a heat gun and then press it over these eyeballs or those bucks. Cut out your irises. Because these are printed on paper, I painted the cut edge with black acrylic paint. Let those dry. Now use 256 tap to tap out all the holes that need to accept a threaded screw. The first 2 are the holes on the E-bar that the eyes are attached to. Then do the hole closest to the edge of the eye lever. The lower lid is next. You know it is the lower lid because the outer tabs are the ones closest to the eyeball once it's assembled. Just tap the 2 outer tabs. For the upper lid, you need to create a through hole with a 3/32 drill bit. 3/32 is the hole size that a 256 screw fits through without catching. I use a needle vise to open this hole slowly. The eye levers also need a through hole. It is the hole closest to the center of the lever. The 2 ends of the eye linkage also need to be through holes. So do the ends of the blink linkage. Finally, the eyeball needs to be opened up as well. Go slow so you do not break off the tiny tab on the inside of the eyeball. The screw head that holds the eye in place needs to sink down into the eyes. I used a slightly larger drill bit and a needle vise to carefully get the screw head to sink deep enough into the eyeball. Now we're ready to assemble. First, glue the iris to the eyeball. I used E6000 here, but any glue will work. Fit the eye lever into the eyeball. The threaded hole is sticking out the back of the eye. So this is the one that's still exposed. The eye lever may need some sanding to fit all the way in. A 1-inch long 256 screw slides into the eye, through the eye lever, and screws into the E-bar. Thread it all the way in until the screw head is below the surface of the eyeball. Next, cut the aluminum tubing down to approximately 1 inch. It should fit within the lower eyelid. I drilled a small hole here, but that is now in the model. So just tap the hole with the 256 tap. Place the lenses, and then place the eyelids. Now, this is the most fidgety part of the process. Slip the rod through the eyelids and into the E-bar. Tweezers can help with this process. With the tubing centered, use a 1/4 inch 256 screw to secure it in place. 2 more 256 screws, 1/4 inch long, for the outer tabs of the eyelids. Make sure the tubing and the screws do not interfere with the eye movement. Install the first servo. This one is to move the eyes left to right. I place the servo and use the drill to mark the hole. Then I remove the servo so I can drill the hole all the way through. This is a 5/64 drill bit, which will allow you to tap the holes for 256 thread. Install the top of the servo on the side with the eye levers. Install the top of the servo on the side with the eye levers, with the shaft towards the front using a 1/4 inch long 256 screws to secure the servo. Repeat the process for the next servo. This one will be placed upside down from the first, the shaft towards the rear of the E-bar. Third servo, we drill the holes and tap and install it the same side as the first and with the shaft towards the rear. I use a servo tester to center the servos. Very important to center your servos before attaching the servo horns. Next, to install the eye linkage with 1/4 inch long 256 screws. The linkage has pass-through holes and the lever arm is tapped. Now, straighten out the paper clip. One side, create a small Z bend. That Z bend should fit into the center hole of the eye linkage. Mark where the paper clip crosses the servo horn and create a second Z bend at that spot. Cut away the excess wire and it should look like this. The Z bend should slip back into the linkage and into the servo horn. With the linkage connected, put the screw that secures the servo horn to the servo. The final 2 servos need to accept a 256 threaded screw. So you may need to drill a 5/64 hole, then tap it. Place the servo horn onto the servo at a 90-degree angle and attach it with a screw. The blink linkage simply pops onto the eyelids. With that attached, now secure the linkage to the servo horn with a 1/4 inch long 256 screw. Repeat for the other servo and eyelid. Test everything to make sure everything works and moves as planned with the servo tester. Okay, so it's all together, and what I've added since you saw me putting it together is I added a 6-channel Maestro to the end here. I just sunk a screw through the top of the E-bar so that the Maestro won't be flopping around. I also added a switch just to make my life a little bit easier, and that's connected to a 6-volt battery. And that's it. I just did a little bit of cable management. Basically, everything here is listed in the description as a build of materials. Also on Printables, I have uploaded this model to Printables. I've included a hole through here so you don't actually have to drill that out anymore. So this little screw just needs to be tapped and you can put that little screw in. So now we just need to see it work. And I have a very, very simple program running on the Maestro. I didn't go, not showing exactly how to do the Maestro, again, because I've shown that in other videos and I don't think it's necessary there. Like I said, if you have questions about Maestro, go to the Pololu website and check out their very informal video, and it's very, very easy to follow, very easy to do. So that was a quick video. Hope you liked that. And for all those people out there that wanted the micro servos, the inexpensive micro servos to be used with this design, here you go. All on printables. There'll be a link in the description. And you can put this in, like I said, any project that you like. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.